Hello everyone and welcome back to the 138th episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello.
This week we are going to be discussing Xbox hardware struggling. On the other hand though, for some reason, Microsoft's gaming revenue isn't. Wonder why. Ubisoft fucking up even further after last week's discussion on their AI use, because apparently, as I sent to Will earlier this week, they're attempting to get people to leave by their own choice. 200 employees so that they don't have to lay them off the regular way and actually pay them severance, which is so fucking scummy, it's ridiculous. And then we're also going to be discussing Valve being sued by the UK, and I am so fucking angry about this. I really am.
Yep.
But yes, we'll start off with the Xbox hardware revenue, I do believe. I think that sounds like a very good idea. Display cap. What's going on with you today? I do apologise. Every part of my software has decided to just revert to factory settings. Right, here we go. So, Xbox hardware is struggling, but Microsoft's gaming revenue isn't. Why the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? Is this on my end?
Oh, Game Radar's just been weird. Give me a
What on
moment.
earth? Did you say Game Radar?
Game Rant, don't question it. I'm baffled.
So yeah, we're off to a fantastic start today.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me.
That should work. Nope, did not work. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Okay, that bit worked.
Man, we are killing it, Rory. Absolutely
aren't we
killing
just?
it.
We're having one of them days, brother, honestly. It is one of them fucking days. I have
Truly
no
going
idea
so well.
why.
It's going so well. I can't believe how well it is actually going. You know.
Oh yeah, greatest episode we've recorded in.
So yeah, thanks for everybody for watching.
Yeah, and this fucking just done for the week.
Just gonna throw everything out the window now.
Yeah. Right, anyways, now that I've turned all the fucking text to white, thanks Game Rant for that. Please don't tell one's white. What are you doing? Just angry. So
you don't have to refresh the page to see if it was just the page. What if you open it in a new tab just to check that it wasn't just a one-off? Like the same page in the new tab.
Yeah, I can do that.
And let's just see if it's just the page. Alright.
It's done.
Yeah, impressive.
That's just dumb as hell. Okay. Microsoft held its second quarter earnings call today, with the company reporting that despite gaming revenue increasing 9% year over year, Xbox hardware sales were down. No shit, we're coming to the end of the generation. They have nothing really more to offer, and people are sort of getting tired and fed up. And prices went up stupidly.
They don't really have anything to offer anymore.
Nope.
Oh, hello?
Nope.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. See, I'm hearing everything. Oh, okay. I thought I was cutting out.
No.
We're just in a weird mood today, apparently.
Yeah.
No, they've got like nothing to offer, and with the Steam machine coming out now, what will they have to offer? Oh, you can get your exclusives here. Wow. The only worthwhile exclusive with Sony is what, the fucking Spider-Man games, maybe?
Pretty much.
I mean, like a couple of games, one of the consoles versus the entirety of the Steam marketplace. Which one weighs better? Given the condition these triple and quadruple A games have been getting released, one definitely sounds a lot better than the other.
I don't know what you mean. Well, these quadruple A games like Skull and Bones, fucking masterpieces. You when you sometimes and then you just feel sick come to the top of your throat and you're like, no, shouldn't have said that. That hurt.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had one of those moments. Hey, Will, I found something that they've got to offer.
Oh, are you doing something on your screen or what? Because I cannot tell if my internet is just really shitting bricks or.
On my screen, but I'm doing something on my other monitor. There we go.
Okay, that's alright.
Put an Xbox up on bricks.
What?
You ever seen in cars, in films where cars are up on bricks because they've had the tyres stolen? Yeah. Yeah. That's the equivalent.
Whatever you're showing me, I don't see it.
Oh. Is it still?
Yeah, this is what I've been trying to tell you, man.
I hate life.
There we go. That looks terrible. That was not worth the time and effort you put in.
I typed a few words and pressed enter.
It still was not worth the time and effort.
With the company reporting that we got through this bit. Xbox hardware sales were down. The increase in revenue was instead driven by Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard and Xbox Game Pass subscription numbers. which dropped drastically because of their own stupidity. Xbox hardware revenue decreased 25% due to the company selling fewer consoles. No shock, you put the price up by 100 quid per console, then on top of, once again, we're coming to the end of a generation.
Also fucked up with Game Pass, making it even more expensive. So
Yep.
the things that were probably bringing people to Xbox, they're now looking at that and being like, on second thoughts.
Exactly. The company didn't say much about gaming overall, which was interesting. Microsoft is, however, investing heavily in both AI and cloud services. Yay.
Shocker.
With revenue in the latter category increasing 23% year over year to 168.9 billion this quarter. The Microsoft Cloud surpassed $50 billion in revenue for the first time. Not surprised, it's a good cloud, to be fair. Up 26% year over year, reflecting the strength of their platform and accelerating demand. Microsoft has essentially cornered the cloud gaming market thanks to Game Pass, no shit, which increased its prices last year. Yep. It seems healthy subscription numbers, despite the pushback many customers felt at the time, have been offsetting the company's hardware losses. What a shocker. I'm really not surprised at all. In gaming, we're committed to delivering great games across Xbox, PC, cloud, and every other device. We saw record PC players and paid streaming hours on Xbox. Wow. I give zero, folks. I really do. Microsoft CFO Amy Hood said that on the call, Microsoft could be uniquely positioned in a time where gaming hardware could be facing issues due to RAM scarcity, thanks to its partnership with OpenAI and significant investment into cloud infrastructure. It could be that Xbox is in a better position than many think. It's really funny because I've heard something recently. I'll see if I can just find it quickly. Nvidia down. There it is. The $100 billion mega deal between OpenAI and Nvidia is on ice.
It's all people are doing with it is taking the piss with it and then yelling at it and calling it a piece of shit.
I agree. Actually, that's a pretty strong way to come at me, Rory. I'm not here to fight you, and I'm definitely not taking it personally. But something clearly sparked that reaction. If you're frustrated with something I did or didn't do, tell me what I went wrong. I can handle direct feedback, and I'd rather fix the issues than let you stay annoyed.
Your creation is sucking up all of the RAM, and now I can't build a new PC.
There we go. That's a hell of a complaint, and honestly kind of funny in its own chaotic, Rory way. Fuck you! I'm not chaotic! But let's untangle it. So something real is probably going on underneath that rant. Well, yeah, it is. It's not actually eating your...
Oh, it's taking it wrong.
Yeah, it really has. No, our data centers are. I got you. You talk about the global hardware demand, not your personal PC. And yeah, that's a real conversation in tech world. AI data centers literally stealing RAM out of your hands, but they are reshaping the entire supply chain for memories, GPUs, and high bandwidth components. The frustration you're feeling is actually shared by a lot of builders. Of course it is.
In a way, they actually kind of are stealing RAM out of your hands. Because RAM prices are what's the percentage increase? Like fucking 10 times?
Something along those lines, yeah.
So the cost you're paying for one purchase of RAM, you should be able to purchase 10 times over. So technically they have stolen it from us.
Yeah.
In a way.
Effectively. I mean, what they are saying is correct at the same time, but also fuck them. AI data centers aren't stealing RAM, but they are reshaping the market in a way that makes hobbyist building harder. It's the same
harder,
reason,
you say?
Yeah. It's the same reason GPUs were impossible to get during the crypto boom. Different tech wave, same supply chain, choke. It's that sort of shit.
It's just the same solution, though, as well, with the whole GPU thing that went off during crypto mining. You just gotta wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Get shit, but what else can you do?
Let my PC crumble.
Well, that's currently what's happening, so...
Yeah, I know, I'm well aware.
I have realised an issue that I caused upon myself.
Go on.
I've left my water downstairs and I'm thirsty.
That sounds like a hell of an issue.
Yes, well, I shall return momentarily.
You do that. I will keep ranting about Nvidia.
You're good at that, so yes, do that.
Nvidia's plan to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI and to help it train and run its latest artificial intelligence models has stalled after some inside the chip giant expressed doubts about the deal. People familiar with the matter said. The companies unveiled the giant agreement last September at Nvidia's Santa Carla, California headquarters. They announced a memorandum of understanding. My apologies. Seems like allergies are really hitting me this year, apparently. Of understanding for Nvidia to build at least 10 gigawatts of computing power for OpenAI, and the chip maker also agreed to invest up to $100 billion to help OpenAI pay for it. As part of the deal, OpenAI agreed to lease the chips from Nvidia. At the time, the ChatGPT maker expected the deal negotiations to be completed in the coming weeks. People familiar with the plans said, but the talks haven't progressed beyond the early talking stages. Some of the people said while the September deal is stalled, Nvidia is pushing ahead with a separate large investment in OpenAI as part of the AI developers' efforts to raise $100 billion in new equity from multiple partners. Amazon and SoftBank are among the companies in talks to invest tens of billions of dollars in the round, which could total $100 billion. The Wall Street Journal previously reported Nvidia chief executive Jensen Huang told reporters in Taipei on Saturday that Nvidia would absolutely be involved in OpenAI's latest funding round. We will invest a great deal of money, probably the largest investment we've ever made. When asked whether it would be over $100 billion, he said, no, nothing like that. Wang has privately emphasized to industry associates in recent months that the original $100 billion agreement was non-binding and not finalized. People familiar with the matter said he has also privately criticized what he has described as a lack of discipline in OpenAI's business approach and expressed concerns about the competition it faces from the likes of Google and Anthropic. Some of the people have said teams are actively working through the details of our partnership. Nvidia technology has underpinned breakthroughs from the start, powers our systems today, and will remain central as we scale what comes next, and OpenAI has spoken to. Okay, so it's looking a bit rocky, like things are fully in agreement, which I can understand. It makes no real difference to them, in my honest opinion.
I feel like they're being quite vague about how much money is going into it.
Definitely are. It's like there's no agreement across the board on what they plan to do.
Yeah.
And considering OpenAI is very close to going bankrupt if they don't get what they're after in funding, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if people let them go bankrupt and crumble and then just went and bought the company afterwards. Cool way.
I mean, AI won't disappear, and its development, it won't disappear even if this company does go down. As you said, someone else will buy it up and just take over.
Yep.
Eventually, it'll go right with whoever, and that will sort of slingshot it forward in its development.
Yep, be the end of fucking regular workers. Ubisoft employees reportedly shaming management amid struggles. Good. Management deserves to be shamed repeatedly. Ubisoft is reportedly experiencing a wave of internal turmoil, which is said to have gotten to a point of employees openly shaming upper management. According to an established company insider, the unrest is understood to stem from Ubisoft's ongoing restructuring efforts. Correct decision. Over the past several years, Ubisoft has faced growing business challenges following the underperformance of several big budget titles.
I think there needs to be a correction there. I think it might be all of the big budget projects.
Yeah, I'd argue.
Everything they have done has been a massive issue for them. They have done nothing but lose money, and everything that they have possibly put out into the market has been the biggest flop that we've ever seen.
Tencent, already a minority shareholder, alleviated some of the resulting financial pressures with a $1.25 billion lifeline given last October in exchange for a roughly 26% stake in a new Ubisoft subsidiary called Vantage Studios.
I kind of wonder. How much has that 1.2 billion diminished?
Oh, I'd imagine massively.
And it's only been what, October? It's been 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's got a sting.
Which now oversees the company's most valuable assets: Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry. 3 months later, Ubisoft announced a broader restructuring, reorganizing its operations into 5 creative houses, with Vantage being the first. At the same time, the company announced doubling down on cost-cutting efforts and issued a return-to-office mandate, citing the need to better support the implementation of new structure. You don't need people in the office, it's just your way of basically trying to take a benefit off people so that hopefully they'll quit. Insider reports more turmoil at Ubisoft. Yeah. Following the announcement of Ubisoft's restructuring and third round of cost-cutting measures, Ubisoft's internal communication channels are full of employees shaming upper management and asking for change. It's quite something to see people very openly criticising a company. The recent wave of changes said to have agitated a significant number of employees. Longtime Ubisoft insider Tom Henderson reports that the company internal comms have been full of messages from disgruntled staffers since January 21st, saying some of them are openly shaming upper management and asking for change. According to his sources, a number of existing employees described the latest round of restructuring and cost-cutting efforts as the final straw that prompted them to start looking for a new job. Henderson concluded that the current atmosphere points to a massive exodus of talent being on the horizon, irrespective of any Ubisoft layoffs that are planned in the near future. That's just insane. We thought Ubisoft was just going to fall and crumble. Turns out what they've ended up happening is all the staff have decided, yeah, let's make them fall and crumble by choice. Give the unilateral and absolute return to office mandate issued by Ubisoft earlier this week, there is a non-zero chance that the current employee backlash is an anticipated or even intended outcome by company leadership. While rarely stated outright, RTO mandates are a well-documented and effective method of encouraging so-called soft layoffs, particularly when companies aim to reduce headcounts without incurring the financial cost of a formal layoff. A 2024 study by Bamboo Char found that 1 in 4 C-suite executives in the US admitted to hoping for some degree of voluntary turnover when implementing such mandates. With Ubisoft already signalling plans for further layoffs later in 2026, it is plausible that the company would not oppose up to a portion of its staff choosing to leave voluntarily in the near term. It's fucked. It really is.
Every time you read something about them, it just somehow gets worse.
Which is
And
impressive,
it's kind of
really.
impressive. Yeah.
There's a saying. When you've fallen to the bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Ubisoft, on the other hand, decided to take a shovel and start fucking digging.
Yep.
In the meantime, the company is facing renewed financial pressures. Yeah! How? You just have $1.25 billion or 1.2 billion euros thrown to you and told, here, this'll help, and you're crumbling further. Ubisoft stock is currently at a 15-year low, following continued investor sell-off, largely driven by uncertainty about the group's long-term prospects. This decline makes financing projects through borrowing more costly, though not least because stock-based collateral loses value. It also hampers talent acquisition and retention, particularly for senior positions that often rely heavily on stock-based compensation. In late 2024, Ubisoft had over 18,600 employees. As of 2026, that number is still north of 17,000, making it the 6th largest game publisher in the world by headcount. While it is unclear how much further the company plans to reduce its staffing, it has repeatedly emphasized that the need to lower employee numbers and improve operational efficiency. The recent restructuring also led to the cancellation of long-awaited Prince of Persia: Sands of Times remake, along with 5 other titles. One of those is said to be a mobile game, as per January 21st Jason Schreier report. The remaining 4 have not been identified by any credible source. The ongoing restructuring also saw Ubisoft delay 7 projects that were initially planned to release during the fiscal year 2026. Each of them have been moved to the following fiscal year, which runs from April 2026 to March 2027. The long-rumoured Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake is believed to be among them. This is just insane. The
I mean, a
company is
mobile
crumbling.
game just sounds like a last-ditch effort to slam microtransactions all over the place in an
That's 'cause
attempt
it
to try
is.
and get some money. A remaster, I mean, I can see them fucking it up, given the state that they've been in. It's quite the mess.
Yeah. So I clicked on here for this, but I saw this, and now I need to see what the hell this looks like. The best fish tank PC case in 2026.
Get a 5090 in there, and those fish are going to be nice and toasty.
Is that what they're calling a fish tank PC?
I guess, because every part of it is fucking tempered glass.
Just fuck them.
Yeah.
So we've kind of already covered this in part. The company is looking to eliminate 200 employees at its headquarters in Paris now. In line with last week's announcement on its operating model and the acceleration of cost reduction initiatives, Ubisoft International has initiated discussions regarding a potential rupture. I'm not going to even try it. A collective, voluntary, mutual termination agreement that could involve up to 200 positions in its headquarters in France. At this stage, this remains a proposal, and no decision will be final until a collective agreement is reached with employee representatives and validated by French authorities. The proposal applies exclusively to Ubisoft International employees under French contracts and has no impact on other French entities or Ubisoft teams worldwide. France's Ministry of Labour and Solidarity says the rupture may provide for a collective negotiated termination in order to terminate employment contracts on a voluntary basis without resorting to redundancy for economic reasons. Sounds like the fucking bullshit way out. I don't like it. You know, I learned something about the French the other month. I thought you'd appreciate news. Do you know you can surgically remove being French? I'm not joking.
What?
So, you require a uvula to make the sound in French words. If you have your uvula removed, you can no longer make that sound, which makes speaking French near impossible.
So, what you're saying to me is we can just remove entirely the French from the world?
That's my hope, yes. Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate this news. Yeah, because apparently there's a operation for sleep apnea where they have to remove your uvula. And apparently they said, oh yeah, I hope you don't speak French because you won't be able to after. Just like, interesting. This news, it's useless news, but I like it. Epic Games boss Tim Sweeney voices support for $900 million Steam lawsuit. Valve is the only major store still holding on to the payments tie and 30% junk fee. Fuck you, Tim Sweeney, you are a moron.
Of course he's going to complain about it.
Yeah. Sweeney says Valve's DLC purchase requirements are like a car dealership demanding 30% off of gas purchases. So, what they're whinging about here to do with the DLC purchases, this is the other thing that this lawsuit has. I'm actually just going to explain the lawsuit in a general way first before I go on to this. But there's currently a lawsuit in the UK against Valve for anti-competition. Is effectively the reason. I don't think they don't have like solid points across the board, but they have 2 points that I think that they can make a point on and succeed, and that annoys me. I don't want this to go forward. I think it's a terrible idea, and I think this guy's a fucking moron.
Yep.
The reasons I think they'll succeed, one of which is fucking dumb as hell and makes zero sense. The other makes a bit of sense. One of the reasons is if a developer publishes their game on Steam, which why wouldn't you? It's got the highest viewer count, and you've got a higher chance of actually making purchases and making sales. That is basically you can't put the price lower on other platforms than you do on Steam. It's part of the agreement. No matter what, you can't do that. The secondary one, the one that I think is a bit moronic, is you've got to buy your DLC from Steam if you buy the game on Steam. For some reason, they're kicking this up as a fuss.
Why is this an issue?
Yeah, they're basically saying, oh, why can't I buy it on Epic Games, for example, and use it on my game?
Why
Well,
would you
because
do
that's not
that?
how that works.
Why would you even want to do that?
Yeah. They're basically doing, oh, because then it works out cheaper and stuff like that. No. And I suppose at the same time, they get 30% of the DLC purchase as well as the game purchase. And that doesn't shock me. But once again, if a game does really well and gets over 1 million sales, then they end up getting Steam take less overall. I think it drops to 20%.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, Epic Games CEO and frequent ex-poster Tim Sweeney has thoughts on the $900 million lawsuit against Valve in the UK, which recently got the go-ahead from the Competition Tribunal. Fuck these guys. Also, unsurprisingly, given his competing store and past criticisms of Steam, Sweeney approves of the action and, based on his related legal tussles with Apple and Google, thinks there's something to it. No, you just don't like Steam and you
This
want
guy
it to
just
succeed.
go around talking shit to everyone for no reason.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
He does not like other companies at all. It makes
Apparently
it out
not.
that it's for a consumer benefit, but the thing is, when he's admitted himself that it's unsustainable, including for Epic, if they weren't being funded by Tencent, it would not still be working. The lawsuit filed in 2024 broadly alleges that Valve unfairly prevents game makers from offering their products at a lower price on other platforms and requires that all add-on content for games purchased on Steam also be purchased through Steam. Well, it makes sense to. What are you gonna do? Fucking buy a DLC on fucking GOG or Epic? No offense to GOG, 'cause GOG's actually a pretty good platform. But how are you then gonna link that into Steam? And on top of that, you can whinge and moan as much as you want. None of the other fucking storefronts do it. You can't do it on consoles. You can't do it on Epic. You can't do it on GOG. You can't do it on Ubisoft, Origin, Xbox. So why are you pinpointing Steam for this?
There's nothing else he can do.
No.
There's no one else he can blame.
It's just a ludicrous argument, though. And to be honest,
I mean, the guy's been kicking off for I don't know how long now. Anytime there's something to do with Tim Sweeney, it's always him yelling about some other company.
Yep.
So he's just looking for any reason he can find to have a go at literally anybody.
Pretty much. But this bit's written about the actual lawsuit. And the bit that annoys me about this entire thing is, if you look at the entire arguments they're making, you can apply that to the entire console market. You really can. And that's what I find so insane. So, yeah, the Valve's excessive commission has resulted in inflated prices for UK consumers. Valve had argued that the suit should not be allowed to proceed as a collective action, functionally similar to a class action lawsuit, but a competition appeal to tribunal disagreed, ruling earlier this week that the suit can proceed. Now, one thing I would like to just check here, what's the name of it now? Commission value console games. 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%. That's Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo.
So everyone's doing the exact same thing, but because it's Steam, he doesn't like it.
Pretty much.
What's, out of curiosity, what about Epic Games then?
15. Oh, sorry, 12 on the Epic Games. 15% on Microsoft Store for PC. 30% is standard. Some platforms offer lower rates. Those are the ones, and that's it. I just find it insane. I really do.
So Valve basically just match literally every other platform. And because they chose not to on Epic Games, he's upset about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's not like the prices are cheaper on Epic Games.
No,
you know, you're still paying the same price that the developers released the game for. So it's not like there's actually any other benefit other than he's not getting as much money because for no reason he didn't set the percentage take the same as everyone else did.
Yeah, this is it. So the way it works, this is the details as of 2026. If you have less than $10 million in revenue, you get a 30% fee standard. Over 10 million, 25% fee. Over 50 million, 20% fee. That's the way it works across the board. While many platforms like Xbox, PlayStation, and GOG also charge 30%. Do you even charge us 30%?
So So what? Epic Games and Microsoft, because who purchases games from Microsoft directly? I don't fucking know.
No,
So
exactly.
basically, only Epic Games is the only one who didn't match the what seems to be the standard 30%
Yeah.
take fee, and because they didn't, he's upset about that, and he's going after Steam.
Exactly that.
I'm failing to see any logic here.
But on top of that, the 30% cut includes payment processing, VAT, and access to services like Steamworks, Cloud, and Analytics. The thing with Steamworks, that also gives you servers. Because remember,
Yeah.
you can launch servers through Steam.
Yeah.
So that two people can connect through Steam's client. It allows for shit like this without issue. There is so much you get by working with Steam. It's not just posting
But
them.
Rory, it's Steam. They're clearly the kings of the market, and they're making it unfair for Epic Games. Not even everyone, just Epic. The point is, Epic Games is getting done over by Steam. That's what he's complaining about. Jenny, after you checking all that, we see that everyone else, well, we're not including Microsoft because no one buys games from Microsoft. Everywhere else is literally taking a 30% fee, same as Steam. Epic Games is the only one that doesn't. For whatever reason, they don't. Like, that's his own stupidity for that.
Yeah, it's insane. Sweeney has homed in on the DLC issue specifically. Although developers can sell DLC on other platforms and have it carry over to a user's Steam copy, Valve doesn't allow them to sell add-ons directly through in-game stores or to use their in-game UI to steer users to off-platform stores. Why would they? Also, through a technicality, I can tell you that's complete bullshit. I just thought about this. Warframe. You know I adore this game. Their in-game currency, platinum. You cannot buy it on Steam. We'd be agreed to that. This is the first time I'm going to actually launch a game on Steam for a little while. It's been a little bit since I've done this. I shouldn't really have many updates, so this should be pretty fucking quick. Come on. Yeah, do your quick little download and then just fucking highlight the play button for me. But the reason I'm pulling this up is because of what he pointed out there. I thought I'll continue talking while I wait for this. So what he's basically said is that they can't point off to another section, which is a load of bollocks. Just truthfully, is a load of bollocks. Because you can, and there are games in which this is done. Warframe is, in my opinion, one of the better examples of it. Because, there we go. So I'm going to load up now. It'll take a minute. But I'll show you in this how it actually goes about advertising to its own store. And it does it all the time. To think, though, that the last time I actually played this was a little bit ago. Oh, shit. Don't you laugh at me, boy.
Here we go again.
Hey, third time's the try. So, if I went to here, 20% off my next platinum purchase. To do these every day. But let's say I went onto this. I can purchase it through Steam, sure. But at the same time, I can buy it from Warframe.com.
My cat just starts snoring in the background.
And you can see, it linked me straight to here as well. So, why can't I? What's preventing me from doing this? It's linked right there. So, what's the problem here? I'm sorry, apparently I've got a
Tim Sweeney doesn't like Steam. And he'll do anything he can.
I'm fucking well aware
Speak
that
out against. Yeah.
he's been nothing but an idiot since like the beginning of fucking time. And he's always there's literally I think it's the market here. If I come into here, they do collections from time to time. Now yeah, I can use Steam credits to purchase these. But there's typically ones as well in which you go to the Warframe market. You can do everything just through Steam because people trust it more as a way of purchasing things, which I get.
Yep.
But at the same time, they have ways to get it straight from their website if you want it. There is nothing preventing you. Once again, hit warframe.com, takes me straight there. And these are all the same deals. There is no difference. It is not an issue to do. Deluxe bundles. Oh, cool.
But Rory, the Steam platform is a market enterprise.
Oh, obviously. Also, if no one has ever played this, I recommend give it a try. But anyways,
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm not planning to tell you what to do. I'm telling other people. You're a fucking creature of your own making. I'll leave you to it.
Actually.
Now that you're telling me not to.
Oh, hell no. I reverse psychology doesn't work on me.
Although developers can sell DLC on other platforms and have it carry over to the Steam user's copy, Valve doesn't allow them to sell add-ons directly through the in-game store. It allows it through their own website, or to use in-game UI to steer users to off-platform stores. So what was the Warframe.com button there for?
Who knows?
It gives them multiple options because it's better for the consumers to have multiple options. This, Sweeney says, is like a car dealership demanding 30% of gas purchases. How is it? And is one of the things he and Epic have successfully fought Apple and Google over. Yeah, okay, and Sweeney's comments naturally led to a flurry of dissenting responses, but he resolutely stood his ground. Today in the USA, developers are free to steer users of iOS and Android apps to competing purchasing methods. Apple and Google collect 0% of those transactions. On computers and smartphones, Valve is the only major store still holding on to the payments tie and 30% junk fee. The Epic CEO acknowledged in multiple replies that Steam keys or DLC can be purchased from other platforms, but has reiterated that the problem is that developers can't offer alternative purchase options to customers in-game. We've just seen that's not true, while following Valve's rules. It's a complaint that's effectively identical to the one at the core of Epic's legal wars against Apple and Google. Also, if that's the case, why have more not decided to argue and fight that? Loads of people have just been silent on the matter, and I can't fault them either. Epic is not directly involved with the lawsuit, but combating Steam's 30% fee and prohibition on steering users to off-platform purchase methods for add-ons was one of the founding goals of the Epic Game Store in 2019. Sweeney went so far as to say that if Steam dropped its fee to 12%, he would stop pursuing Epic Game Store exclusives and even consider putting Fortnite on the platform. The 12% fee that he said and claimed himself is impossible to sustain. He expects Steam to follow.
Please keep Fortnite off of Steam. Thank you.
Yeah, but I find it insane. You can't expect that someone follow your rules that you've stated is unsustainable. And on top of that, why would anyone care? Why is your entire argument to then go and get, oh, I want exclusive games on my platform only? You are literally the cause of the PC market turning into a console war, and everyone despises you for it.
Yeah, we're trying to get away from that crap.
Meanwhile, Epic has demonstrated a willingness to spend enormous amounts of money pursuing the principle against some of its biggest tech companies on the planet. Calling Steam's 30% cut a junk fee is maybe a little too much, but I also don't think there's any doubts that the industry is slowly trending away from it, led in part by Epic's effort. No one really utilizes Epic, though.
No.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
even bother anymore opening it to check the free game.
Oh no, neither do I. You know,
It's just not worth the effort.
I found out recently that Epic Games made Rocket League a exclusive.
Serious?
If you go and try and find Rocket League on Steam now, no longer exists.
Wonderful.
Anyone
So
who has it though.
he's
I can
arguing
still
for
play.
no reason. He's arguing Steam shit for no reason, but he's then going and doing shit like that, which is just making the whole platform for PC worse because he's crying about this or that or the other.
Yeah, they've basically just filled to Epic. And that's the thing, he's screaming up and down about how it's anti-consumer to restrict people from doing things on their own platforms, but then taking games and going, no, you can only post on this platform. How's that not anti-consumer? Or is it only anti-consumer when it impacts you?
Like, I don't know about you, but personally, it feels like Steam tries their best to get as many games on their marketplace as they can.
Oh, of course they do.
Which is great because it means, like, who doesn't want more options for more games?
Exactly.
But then now this guy is actually taking away from that and making the entire platform worse and turning it, as you said, into a flipping console war.
Yeah.
Which before PC gamers used to just sit and laugh at that because they're really console players are idiots for constantly fighting each other over what's better because this has that exclusive, but that has this exclusive. It's like, come on, man.
Exactly. And what I find genuinely fucking ludicrous about the whole thing, I understand people are going to look at this and go, well, why does it matter? When it's to do with a console, it makes sense because you got to pay for the console. But this is a free application where you can just make a free account. While that may be true, that means even more bloatware that has to sit on our systems on a platform that you're probably going to open once a year at most. That's pushing it. Why would we want to do that? What is the point? The restrictions just don't make sense and they just aren't worth it.
Nope.
Steam has managed to maintain its big cut and restrictive policies because it has such a dominant position in the market. Being first,
I wonder how they got to that position though.
being consumer friendly. Being first sometimes really is best. But if this lawsuit in the UK and similar actions slowly unfolding in the US go badly for Valve, it may be forced to dial things back drastically. I'm sure Sweeney will have some choice thoughts on that if it happens too. I fucking hate Sweeney. I really do.
Sure he will.
So yeah, the actual lawsuit is £656 million. It's supposed to bring money back to the people, and they're claiming, oh, it'll make games cheaper. It won't. It really
I'm sorry, where's that money actually going to
go? To people and to the law firm.
What does that mean, to people?
Basically, people based in the UK will be eligible to so much money back if they've bought games since 2012. Let's see.
I might need to, if this does go through, I might need to make sure I claim my bit and send it to your bank account because I don't have a bank account in the UK anymore.
So you're happy to benefit? Okay.
And if they're gonna fuck us, I may as well take my piece.
Oh yeah, you're like,
and then it'll just get sunk straight back into the Steam marketplace anyway.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate it. I really do.
That's actually come to think of it, that's absolutely hilarious. Even if this goes through, and people get money back, right? It's only people who game because people who game are the ones who've made these purchases. If you haven't made a purchase, you're obviously not going to get them. Those people who get the money back are just going to go and spend that money in Steam again.
Of course we are. Of course we fucking are.
So what does that actually accomplish for anyone outside of Steam? Other than making their revenue look even better because suddenly there's a whole wave of purchases coming in.
Yeah. They're basically going to get that fucking money back.
Yeah, it just means, oh, sweet, let's just get a couple more games then.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This guy just is an idiot.
I'll be straight up. If I do end up getting anything from it, it'll just go back to Steam. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I really do find this ludicrous. I'll just read the tribunal's decision and we can go from there. In 2026, the Competition Appeal Tribunal in London ruled that Shotbolt's case has sufficient merit to proceed to full trial. This decision after Valve attempted to halt the legal action, arguing the claim lacked accurate detail about Valve's commission structure. There was insufficient evidence of actual impact from platform parity clauses. The methodology for identifying claimants, including minors, was unworkable. The tribunal rejected these objections, determining that the case raises legitimate questions about potential anti-competitive behaviour that warrant full examinations. Who could benefit from the lawsuit? The collective action represents up to 14 million individuals in the United Kingdom who purchased games or downloaded content through Steam or related services since 2018. Sorry, it was 2018, not 2012. If successful, each affected user could receive compensation ranging from £22 to £44, depending on their purchase history.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's fucking it. Which, my purchase history is probably about 300 games within that time. The case functions as a collective action, which is the UK equivalent to a US class action lawsuit, allowing Shotbolt to represent millions of consumers simultaneously. I don't want you to represent me. I want you to fuck off.
Yeah, this isn't actually doing anything for us. All it's doing is causing a headache for Steam and Valve.
Yeah.
And probably gonna slow some things down on their end.
Yeah.
which just means we're actually in the long run we're actually gonna end up with less, especially considering he's then probably gonna go and make more shit exclusive
Yep.
on his platform that nobody fucking uses other than Fortnite players.
Growing controversy and backlash. The lawsuit has triggered significant controversy within the gaming community. Some Steam users have launched a petition urging UK gamers to opt out of the case, arguing Valve provides excellent value and competitive pricing. I'd agree. The lawsuit could set harmful precedents affecting digital platform innovation. Agreed. Legal action targets a company respected for its pro-consumer practices. Agreed. And the case appears driven by lawyers seeking financial gain rather than genuine consumer harm.
Obviously, because all it's going to do is harm us. And you know what I want to know most, right?
Go on.
As we saw with Epic only taking 12% instead of Steam's 30%, but game prices are still the same price. So all it means really is the developers get a little bit less if people purchase through Steam instead of Epic.
Yeah.
If the game is even on Epic. But have we even seen any developers complaining about how Steam takes too much money?
I've seen probably about 5 developers over the years.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But they were probably ridiculous because they were probably ones that sold millions of copies and stuff. But realistically, there's been basically no one that's complained about it. So where's this all coming from? Other than he hates Steam as a platform, because he thinks, oh well, if we release a free game every week or whatever it is, everyone's gonna love us, and that didn't work because not only are the games that you're releasing just a pile of crap, because they're like 10 years old and people have already bought and played them.
Yep.
But there's no benefit to his platform. And to be honest, anytime I go on Epic, it's a headache trying to navigate anything.
Yeah, plus every time you go to open the application, it's fucking logged you out. And then you sat there for 5 minutes trying to remember
the login button,
your login details were.
Yeah, the keep me logged in button does not work.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is actually the issue here? Other than he doesn't like Steam.
That's the issue. They don't do what he says. That's his problem. The petition claims these accusations are unfounded and calls for the lawsuit an attempt to undermine a corporation that has continuously pushed the boundaries of gaming culture responsibly and equitably. Agreed. Fucking agreed across the board. Valve's response. As of January 2026, Valve has not issued a detailed public statement about the substance of ShotVault's allegations. The company maintains it should not have to face trial and has contested the case's procedural aspects, but the tribunal disagreed with these objections. Valve approached for comment by multiple media outlets following the tribunal's decision and has not provided substantive responses. What happens next pretty much continues. We'll see what goes on moving forwards. We'll probably keep his eye on this because I think it's needed. I just find this.
I just hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't go through, man. So it's so stupid.
Yeah, what?
If there was if there was some legitimate reason behind it, which let's be honest, with how Steam is and how good it is, there couldn't be a legitimate reason. But if there was, maybe it would be like, they maybe got a good point, but they don't, and there isn't.
Yeah,
it's just they're upset because of whatever. Oh,
here we go. Only 89.
I mean, how recent is this whole issue?
3 days.
Not the post against it, but like the entire lawsuit. When did it first come to light?
About a year ago, but there's only recently been something going on about it.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at how many people are now slowly starting to sign up, it's getting there slowly. So yeah, sign up to this. Fucking reject this lawsuit because it's a load of bollocks. Unless you fancy £22 to £44, I guess. On the other hand, might I just add, I've got to take my thing off here just to show this. But as me and Will have discussed in the past, there's a way for you to check how much money you've spent on Steam. And I don't know if Will remembers, but I had a look at how much I've used. I'm just trying to remember now where it was. I know it's around somewhere. Yeah, just do a Google.
Just Steam D.
No, that doesn't work, sadly.
Steam calculator.
Yeah, there's that. This was it. Steam support my account.
Hey, my account. Wait, how's this fucking...
So I go into... Oh, fuck me, I'm trying to remember things.
Hold on a second.
And then it's my account. then it's data related to
Oh,
my
you're doing it
account.
that way.
Yeah, this gives you the proper total that you've... And then you go to external funds. External funds used. I've got to just quickly sign in, because apparently even through the app it's decided, nope, you're technically not signed in, fuck off. Thank fuck for Steam's login by QR code, by the way. Greatest feature ever added to Steam. Absolutely adore it. Right, this then, looking at this, it doesn't give any details against me, so there we are. This is how much I have spent. We're talking £13,000 US dollars in total spend. So if I actually just...
Even on Steam itself, you have to sign in again.
Yeah.
To see it.
So if I do dollar to US to GBP, and it's £13,183.40, which works out at £9,580.61 is my total spend on Steam. Talk about a fucking total. On the other hand, you can always go the SteamDB way of how much is my Steam account worth. Go on to that and just type in your name, if you've got it linked right. And if I wanted to sell my account, it's worth £10,805 today.
Mine's actually currently worth double of what I've spent. But that's probably because of my Rust skins and stuff.
Yeah, mine's worth a couple £100.
One ban!
You know about this. Fucking hate that cunt still. Oh yeah. Anyways, with all that said, I feel like that's a good point to end the episode. I'm just really pissed off, honestly, with the UK for agreeing.
I've got some information for you, Roy.
Go on, I like information.
Your played games in their lowest price is now, this is in euros because I'm now in Ireland, is €3,386. In unplayed games, out of that, is €466 worth of unplayed games.
Is this yours or mine?
Yours.
Oh, mine.
I had like €80 worth, €88 worth of unplayed games on mine because I play, or at least I have played most things, and a few of them I haven't played they just ended up there.
Oh, you went into this bit, yeah. So my played games for me is £2,806. My unplayed games is £386. Other products is £13 for a total of £3,205, which that's technically my account value at the lowest prices. But total prices, at today's prices, this is the prices of the user's products if they were bought, including discounts today. So yeah, I mean, I've spent a lot on my account. I really have. And I'm honestly quite happy about that. I'm happy with what I've got. I'm happy with what I own. So yeah, there's 178 games apparently that I've never played. I do have doubt on that. I think some of them are just free to play that I've launched.
But they wouldn't have value though, because they're free to play.
But they're classified as played games on my account.
Oh, we were talking about it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's that too. But yeah, my Steam, I mean, I've been growing it for what, 13 years is it now? Check. 14 years as of the 10th of December. You know, I'm 1 year away from the golden number. I'm very excited. When you turn 15 years of service, it becomes gold. And I feel like that'll be quite nice. Hit the next rank up on that. But yeah, I love Steam. It's a great platform and honestly one of the best I've ever been on. I don't have to pay any extra fees for any bullshit. I don't have to pay for online. I don't have to deal with bullshit of being kept to only a single platform. If I want to go to other platforms, I can. I've got GOG out there and many others. I've got mods that work alongside Steam. I've got shit that work together perfectly with it. Why would I ever complain? It's just people who don't use the platform that are whinging and moaning. And that's normal enough.
And you don't really have a reason anymore to not use the platform.
No, exactly. Exactly that.
But there's not really anything bad to say about Steam in a whole. And they're not just a marketplace either, because they're obviously Valve owns it, and they still make games and technology as well. And that shit like surpasses anything else that you see.
Yep. It's just ludicrous decisions made by people who don't know what they're talking about. And that's it, to be brutally honest with you.
Sure.
It is. But anyways, I feel like that's everything I've got for this episode. Is there anything you'd like to add, sir?
Nothing that comes to mind.
Sounds fine to me, sir. So, in all said and done, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff, and join the Discord that's in the description, because Will will have a hissy fit at me if I forget. But no, yeah, there's the Discord in the description. We're typically around. Will's currently more AWOL than me, because his internet is still yet. He's having a bad time with that.
You know, the worst part is, mate, we actually have a box down there. They wired it wrong when pulling the cable through underground and put it into the wrong fucking thing.
Absolute morons.
Right, pisses me off.
But
No worries for it.
No. Thank you all very much for watching nonetheless, and we will see you all next time.
Bye for now, guys. See you next week.